The U.S. military is facing fresh questions after reports that American aircraft were relocated from Israel during heightened regional tensions. As the Iran conflict intensifies, new developments have fueled speculation about shifting military coordination between Washington and Tel Aviv. Israel's latest moves have sparked debate over whether Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is recalibrating his military strategy while preparing for a wider regional confrontation. Tensions continue to rise as the US and Israel adjust their military posture amid the evolving Iran crisis.
Those who seek friction will encounter friction. Whoever wants a battle will get a battle. Whoever underestimates our determination will pay a very steep price. I say this to the tyrants in Iran. If we are attacked, we will respond with strength. But it won't be a rerun. It will be a different broadcast, even more powerful.
Israel has capped the number of U.S. Air Force refueling tankers allowed to operate from Ben Gurion Airport. Transport Minister Miri Regev said civilian flights would not be disrupted by ongoing U.S. military operations. Israel announced that no more than 20 U.S. refueling aircraft will be permitted to use Ben Gurion Airport. The remaining U.S. KC-46 Pegasus and KC-135 Stratotankers will be relocated to Israeli Air Force bases. The restrictions came as the United States continued fresh strikes against Iran and reinstated its naval blockade. Ben Gurion Airport has hosted dozens of U.S. refueling aircraft since the military buildup before the U.S.-Iran war. Reports indicate that more than 30 U.S. refueling aircraft are still believed to be operating from Israel. The heavy military presence reportedly created parking shortages for civilian aircraft during the peak travel season. Reports also said some U.S. and Israeli officials were frustrated by the decision to limit tanker operations. Experts say the decision is more of a logistical challenge than a major blow to overall U.S. combat capability. Military bases located closer to Iran have already come under repeated missile and drone attacks during the conflict. With Iran expanding its long-range strike capabilities, operating from Gulf bases has become increasingly difficult for U.S. forces. The United States is now expected to redistribute its aerial refueling fleet across multiple military locations in the region. The development highlights how the US-Iran war is now affecting not only military logistics, but also civilian aviation operations across the Middle East.
Will these strikes continue?
They'll continue until I say it's enough. I mean, they'll continue. They've been, the word the military likes to use is degrade. They've been degraded to a very low level. And they have fight. It's like a great boxer. You think you have him beat, and then all of a sudden he comes back and he gives you a shot. They have some fight left, but they don't have much. And as far as taking it is concerned, if we degrade them far enough and deep enough back, I would do that.
Do you anticipate that the strikes we're seeing this week against Iran will expand? Are you considering hitting energy targets or other locations inside of Iran?
I'll save the energy targets for last, but ultimately we'll hit energy targets, yeah. But we're going to hit them very hard tonight. We're going to hit them very hard tomorrow night. We're going to hit them very hard the night after. And then next week it gets really bad for them because next week comes the power plants. Next week comes the bridges. We're going to knock out all their power plants. We're going to knock out all their bridges unless they get to the table and negotiate.
Do you believe the Iranians are serious about making a deal?
I think they have no choice. But my representatives over the course of, actually, an hour ago.
And what message was delivered?
They want to make a deal. But every time they make a deal, they break it. They don't want to die. People don't want to die. About an hour ago.
And what message was delivered?
You better make a deal. You're not going to have anybody left. We're being very careful with the civilian population, as you know. But I said, you better make a deal. You're not going to have anything left.
And you think they will?
They should. I don't know if they will or not.
We too are determined to gather iron, to gather the essential weapons needed for the defense of our state, and we are turning towards the path of armament independence. Alongside our gratitude to our allies, the Americans, who assist us in armament, Israel must have an independent weapons production system. We too conducted a thorough revision of our security doctrine. 2 days after the October return attack and the terrible massacre, I promised that we would change the face of the Middle East. And we reshaped the rules of the game in the Middle East. There is no longer acceptance of threats. There are no more terrorist strongholds on our borders. We have created buffer zones in depth. The area of our neighbors. The area surrounding Gaza is inside Gaza. The area surrounding Lebanon is inside Lebanon. And the area surrounding the Golan is inside Syria. We have changed the region. But first of all, we changed ourselves. We broke the barrier of fear that the whole world had for 47 years, since Iran's unexpected move by this group of theological thugs. No one dared to attack Iran on its territory, except Saddam Hussein for a short period, but we dared, or indeed we dared. We proved that we would not hesitate to strike powerfully anywhere against anyone who raises a hand against us. After all, a vision, a change of the old order, is expressed also in moves to establish alliances. Thanks to the consistent cultivation of our strength, various countries seek our proximity. This is a cooperation that is strengthening. In our view, not in the spotlight, but it is happening, and not with one country, with more than one or two countries, and this opens up also the future door to normalization and peace. We came, settle the score with those who wish us harm from Gaza to Yemen, from Lebanon to Iran. We acted with strength, offensiveness, cunning against the Iranian axis that for years invested hundreds of billions of dollars to shed our blood. We returned all our captives, to the very last one of them. We crushed many of Iran's military capabilities and its associates. We removed from above us the imminent threat of weapons nuclear in the hands of Iran. And I again commit that as long as I am the Prime Minister of Israel, Iran will not have nuclear weapons. Those who seek friction will encounter friction. Whoever wants a battle will get a battle. Whoever underestimates our determination will pay a very steep price. I say this to the tyrants in Iran. If we are attacked, we will respond with strength. But it won't be a rerun. It will be a different broadcast, even more powerful. Many and great challenges still lie ahead of us. And precisely because of this, I know that we need a broad national government, without boycotts, without disqualifications. We are excited together in the government such as this, and with all the people the vision of Jabotinsky about a nation that, after 2,000 years of passive suffering, reforges the links of the chain of ancient glory.